I think it has been the result of an incredible, powerful creation, a concept that was totally, I would say, out of the box at this time. The serious work of many, many people during the 40 years that has brought us to that point. And I think with that we have given it and injected the genes that also in the future it will continue to be vibrant and an important element for us in the future. Let me start with two pieces which are dedicated to the 40th anniversary of Royal Oak. Of course, first of all, aesthetically, the classical Royal Oak shape, an ultra-flat tourbillon with skeleton work, with a beautiful skeleton work. We're going to limit to 40 pieces worldwide because it is the 40th anniversary. What is always fascinating here is to see also the skill, the detailed work of the skeleton on the other piece with the traditional 21-21 movement, the ultra-flat movement, very beautiful artistic work. It's again in 40 limited editions in platinum. I can show you maybe another piece which I think is in its purity, in its clarity, an ultra-flat tourbillon, which is the collection piece that goes with the 40 years anniversary piece in platinum. It resembles, of course, the original Royal Oak, but this time we have injected an element of haute horlogerie with the tourbillon, with a new bridge, with a new design. The tonality is different, but it's a Royal Oak. We really come back to the origin of this collection, what we call the Jumbo. That's the reference 15202 with very beautiful caliber 21-21, which beats always at a very special rhythm, 19,600 half vibrations an hour, and AP-like rhythm, so everything is fantastic in this watch, I believe. Look at the work of the dial also, the tapisserie work that we feature also very prominently in our documentation. When you see which machines are capable of doing that, then you would be amazed. We have restored them for 2 years, and now we are capable of producing the tapisserie pattern ourselves with a technology that dates back from the 19th century. The passion for all the details in the construction, from the screws to the angles to the little facets, to the polishing, to the satinage, to all these elements, to how you do the dial, to the haute horlogerie that you inject into the movement. Every detail is thought through to the perfection, I would say. That's why this is such an incredible watch. This is a piece where we use one of our materials that we showcase from time to time, the forged carbon as a case material, together with a ceramic bezel. I'm sure this is going to be something that the end consumer appreciates. A strong, young and powerful piece that captures very well the sports performance aspect of the Royal Oak Offshore collection. So we will cover really the full range in terms of size with the core collection. And the second good effect of this, it isolates to 39 millimeters, which is reserved for the original piece, the Legend. There was always a little bit of confusion, in my mind at least also, and I'm sure in the consumer's mind. You have a 39 with the 3120 movement, and you have a 39 with the 2120. It's separating out these two. I think the third element that you can say, there is nevertheless a certain tendency in the chronos, particularly also freehand watches, that you have a little bit of bigger size. That's totally acceptable. 37 millimeters, which we never had. So that's a real novelty. We had 36 in the past, never 37. The idea is really to cover the whole range. It is also based on our home caliber, the 3120. The interesting feature about this is going to be, and we certainly going to measure who is going to buy that watch. One which is possibly a little bit more inclined towards female audiences, that would be the stone set piece, and the other one which is in a way the classical Royal Oak. With this extra offer and this -4 millimeter logic that we have introduced in this collection, we cover a wider range of different individual tastes of Royal Oak aficionados, and I think that was a good move for us. I think the chronometry and everything that turns around what some people refer to the heart of the movement is something very essential. I think not only for reasons of industrial issues that turn around this. I think the chronometry and the efficiency of movements needs always to be improved. Interesting about this movement is certainly its prototype character that it has. If we're able to translate such projects, which are really Formula One projects, I would call them Formula One projects, into things that one day could become more accessible for exceptional AP pieces and collections, then we have done a great thing. That's a work that is still ongoing. Frankly speaking, it's not so easy to do that. I think we master it very well now in pieces like this. How this frequency race that some people have embarked to will continue is questionable. I think let's not forget that the hypothesis is chronometry. On the other side of the equation is of course the energy consumption as well as the wear and tear of materials that you have. So in everything that you do in a delicate movement, I think it's always an optimization. It's never a one-way linear pathway. The 6 Hertz still is an excellent solution for us. The no lubrication is a must, because with 6 Hertz the oil is not going to stay too long in one spot. that's for sure. Whether new materials can bring something in the long term, we will see. For sure is that we're going to study the options and the possibilities to continue our single impulse AP escapement and sort of democratize that into other collections. These competitions are interesting. They require sometimes huge preparations of certain brands. Our dream would be really that we take one, in a way, randomly out and we win. Then it would be really perfect, because then it will be, in my view, the most objective thing that you can do. Not going through sorting out of the right pieces and components until you have the thing which you afterwards never are able to reproduce again. But for me, the real test will be that we can take it out of the real of our ateliers, or that somebody comes without even knowing us, takes a watch and says, let's test it. Then I think you have the real acid test of chronometry, I believe.